Hello, welcome to the Okami walkthrough by Corrosive X01.
And Rocketfish.
So I'm doing the Wii version of this game, mainly because I love the Wii motion control, although sometimes it can get a little bit, out of control. Like for instance, your weapon, right? It's a mirror. It doesn't pick up most of the time when you're fighting, so you'll pretty much be standing there chasing the enemy around, and, it doesn't work. Coming up here is a mirror. This is a save mirror. So pretty much you walk into it, press the Z button, and it'll save for you. You can choose your save file.
How many save files can you have?
Up to like 50, maybe 99. I haven't counted. I haven't scrolled all the way down, but I'm pretty sure it's around 50. Yeah.
What kind of weapons can you get in this game?
3 different types. There are the mirror, which is on my back right now, which is like the worst for me at least. Then you can, after that, get a beads that spin around your throat. Rosary beads, maybe that's what it's called. And they pretty much form a whip. And then the third and my favorite is a sword. And that's the easiest to use, and I find it kills people the quickest.
Are there any collectibles in this game?
Collectibles like stray beads?
Well, what are stray beads?
Stray beads, you get them throughout the game. If you get 101, if you count the one that you earn when you beat the game, if you get all of them, you get a special reward. I know what the reward is, but I'm not going to tell you guys until I'm going to do a separate walkthrough at the end to get all the stray beads. So if you have seen this game before and notice that I'm skipping the stray beads, it's not because I don't know they're there. It's just that I'm doing a separate walkthrough for them.
Well, that's cool. Well, what did you like about this game?
The artwork, the music, and the plot. The gameplay, not so much because, as I said, the Wii remote motion sensor doesn't pick up very well. Or like when you're drawing, sometimes it kind of snaps around. And when you're trying to say cut, it's one of the powers that you get coming up. Cut ability, it won't make a straight line, unlike the PS2 version where you just move the analog stick and boom, you've got your straight line. If you press Z while you're painting though, it will make a straight line, but it's not very reliable, I find.
What did you dislike about this game?
Like I just said, the gameplay, the motion sensor. But that said, I do like it for the motion sensor because it does add that, authenticity to the game. Like it's instead of just using a remote control, right? You are like it's almost like you're actually painting, sort of. It's more interactive, right? To run faster, you shake the Wii remote, you do a little headbutt, and then you start to run faster.
So you would suggest the Wii version over the PS2 version?
Definitely, although a lot of people I know say, "Oh, the Wii is kiddish and only 7-year-old girls use that," but that's not true because the Wii produces a lot of great games.
I'm offended by that. Just for an example, Mad World.
Yes, that is a very, very violent game with a lot of cussing and all that. Yeah, but this isn't one of those games where there's a lot of violence and blood and guts. This is a nice. There's like no blood in it. It's little graphic scenes here.
What's that dragon right there?
This is the first god that you meet, Yomigami. He's the god of rejuvenation. He will grant you the rejuvenation power, obviously, which will allow you to rejuvenate. I'm using the word rejuvenate a lot. You'll be able to rejuvenate like objects like bridges and stuff.
What about dead people?
Not dead people, unfortunately. No. But right here, what he's saying pretty much is he's been sealed away, or not sealed away, he's been hiding for 100 years for you to come back because pretty much your power was scattered across the world when you died 100 years ago.
Okay, so what happened in the lore of this game?
So the lore, which is told to you at the beginning of the game, but we skipped that. But pretty much what happened is an 8-headed dragon named Orochi, was tormenting the land of Nippon Japan, pretty much in video game speech. But it was attacking Nippon and terrorizing, and then the great warrior Nagi. Yeah, Nagi. Sorry, I just had to make sure I got my names right. Nagi went to fight the beast with a wolf named Okami. And unfortunately, Okami, which is you, by the way, Okami Amaterasu, she died in the process. And she pretty much did all the work to kill Orochi, too. I mean, Nagi just sat there and looked pretty, while Okami did most of the work. So she died, they made a shrine of her, and now 100 years later, Orochi is back, and a tree sprite named Sakuya came and revived you with your little mirror to kill Orochi again.
The never-ending cycle.
Pretty much. This is the song that never ends. Yeah, unfortunately, Nagi's not here to help you, though, like he helped you at all.
So what does the word Okami stand for?
Not a clue. But I do know that Okami Amaterasu is the sun god. Because, I mean, you are the sun god. That's how you play as. I'm just going to put in a little note right here. That astral pouch you got right there, that is pretty much useless in this game. Because you never die in this game. You will never, I haven't died once. I don't know what happens. Like, when you run out of health, right? When you're fighting enemies, it's so hard for them to kill you. They're just so weak. I mean, I didn't die once, even on the last boss. It's just, it blows my mind how easy this game is, but yet it's my favorite game out of all the games I've ever played, because of the artwork, the music, the plot. It's just, it's amazing. It brings a tear to my eye.
So very easy but amazing game.
Yeah. There are some tricky puzzles, and there are some boring parts to it. The first temple, the grass temple, I find is very boring. But once you get past that, and when you're playing now, it has its ups and downs. But overall, it's a really good game. This here is the Cave of Nagi. It's pretty much a shrine for Nagi, the warrior that pretty much did nothing. And you're actually going to meet Nagi's descendant, who's going to help you.
He reminds me of Usopp from One Piece.
Yeah, I guess you could say they're pretty much one and the same. One and the same. But yeah, you're going to meet Nagi's descendant, who's named Susanoo. And actually, in the original mythology of Okami, and this whole story, I believe, was based on actual mythology, there was the great warrior Susanoo, who I believe was like a warrior god or something like that. I haven't researched it a whole lot, but yeah. Here is your next constellation, the next god, which is a mouse, and I find it very interesting because right here you'll see in that tiny sheath he pulls out that giant sword and starts swirling it around. Now I found that very hard to believe with such a small animal with tiny little paws and no opposable thumbs. But you know what? It's imaginary. Let's just go along with it, right? Yeah. So we're coming up to the end here of the first video of Okami. The best game ever, I must you have to say in that. So subscribe, befriend, do whatever you kids have to do on YouTube. You know it better than I do.
This is Rocket Fit.
And Corrosive X01. See you later with the two girls that are laughing at me right beside me. See you later.